try this again today, everyone. I'm going to see if this is working. Thank goodness for video. I can just edit this part out. Let's see what's going on here. Make sure that everything is working today. Let's see. Not seeing anything yet. Okay, I'm live. Okay. Whew. All right. Let's try this again, shall we? My goodness. Okay. Putting this here so that I know what's going on, because for some reason I still learning curve, I suppose. Anybody who is starting their own YouTube channel, I really do recommend some sort of a program like this. But a few things. Number one, before you go live, close all of your tabs, especially your streaming ones, YouTube, Facebook, all of that. Close them because it slows everything down and it makes it blurry. That was really not good. So if I'm blurry, please let me know so I can see what I can do. But I think I fixed the problem. Yeah, just make sure that all of your tech is clean. Clear your cache, all of those techie things before you get on. I know it's not what we really want to be doing, but I think it's going to help a little bit today. All right, it tells me I have 3 people. Oh, I don't have my chat activated. Let me see who's here. Who's here? Okay, my chat is active. So if you're saying something, if you're here, say hi so that I can give you my love and appreciation directly. And we'll go from there. Okay, we're going to do this again. So if you were there yesterday, oh God. I can't help but laugh. I've been laughing for a day now. Some of the messages I've been getting, thank you guys so much for your love and patience and adoration even. I really do appreciate that from all of you so much. I really feel you, and I appreciate it a lot. So today I wanted to talk about that. That thing that happened. So yesterday I wanted to do it outside, and today I'm doing it outside as well. Yesterday was 80 degrees, today is 60 degrees, hence the sweater weather look. And I was like in flow and I was feeling it. And yeah, I moved around in the sun and I stepped on a stick and it was a hot mess. And then I reached out to some friends about it, like, why did this happen? You know, especially the tech stuff and everything. They were like, well, we watched it and I didn't see any of what you just saw. So perspective is really important. We want to have that perspective. We want to make sure that we're having an honest perspective that is good for us, not one that we think everybody else is going to have, so I better have it just in case they do. We want to stay positive. So today what I really want to talk about is the resiliency. It was suggested highly by multiple people. You got to tell us how you did that. How did you just truck through that, still give gold, and still be sitting here giggling about it the next day? I actually had somebody message me saying that he would have just shut his computer, walked away, and never done this again. So I want to tell you that this is not the beginning of that particular story, this is actually just chapter 8 of the story. So resiliency, authenticity, signs, and momentum. So yes, it was bad. If you didn't see it, I'll put a link in the description. You're going to want to see it. It's a really great way to launch a brand new paradigm. Trust me, I broke all the stereotypes. It was pretty funny. So what I did, I pushed through it. I stayed with it. I stayed on message. I just stayed in flow. I stayed in my flow. And I stayed authentic. And still, that's the thing that I really want to drive home here, is there is a way for you to go through this, literally fall on your face. You all saw me fall on my face yesterday. It was not fun, but it was funny. It was hysterical. You gotta laugh. You gotta laugh, you guys. It was bad. So I was still able to stay succinct though, like I'm trying to do here. I'm trying really hard not to continue laughing because I was able to do that because I was in my truth. I was in my own flow. So the external world around me was doing what it was doing, and I was in my own internal flow, internally sourced, is what I like to say. I was able to stay in my own flow, even though the flow around me was just trying to work against me, it felt like, for a little while there. It was just oozing out of me. Like I was saying, I got a couple beautiful messages from you guys, and a couple of you were like, I could not have done that. I couldn't have done that. And I'm like, well, I can help you. And they're like, I don't know if I could even learn that. And it's not something you learn. It is something you create. It's something that you embody. So I want to help you out a little bit. And it's not complicated. I'm not going to be one of those people who's going to make this all seem super, super complicated. So you pay me $12,000. Now here it is. It's very, very simple, but that doesn't mean it's easy. Two different things here. Simple is not easy, and easy is not always simple. Keep that in mind. So what is it? I was resilient. I've always been resilient since forever. I've been through way worse than a really bad life. But I was resilient because I was in my being state. And if Michelle is here, she speaks to this a lot as well. I was in my authentic self. And my authentic self found this whole thing adorable. Adorable, actually. I keep giggling at myself like, oh my God, Jessa. However, there's another side to this, just like I was saying the other day. There is another side to this. To every dark, there's a light, and to every light, there is a dark. And so my inauthentic self was thinking that this was a total failure. And if I had listened and let that be that voice that I would let reason with me, I would have stopped it, or I would have been like, okay, I'm going to have to just re-record that whole thing. Of course, it's not going to be as good because all of it was just flowing out of me, being completely channeled through me. Okay, now this is where we are. And it was great. What I said was great. The way that it all presented, out of my control. So I'm not going to sit here and try to control it. I'm not. So my authentic self was what was driving the car yesterday. And it drives the car most days. Not every day. I'm not perfect. I'm not perfect. But I really want you to sit with your authentic self and figure out what are these conditions or programs that you need to, like I was saying yesterday, unsubscribe from, so that you aren't so affected by all of these things that are completely out of your control. I had no control over the sun or the wind or that stick I stepped on. Oh my God. Oh my gosh. So what I want you to do is sit with that. What are your programs? If you have to outline them, write them down. What are my limiting beliefs? And are they real? Is there any evidence of this? Where did I even get that from? And oh, do I even honor the place or person or experience that gave me that idea? Because if you don't want to honor it, but you still believe it, then you are in a way still honoring it. So sit with your authentic self and say, okay, if I was my authentic self and I just went through what I just saw happening there, what would I really do? Would I laugh and keep going? What would I do? Oh, now here's the really ironic part. This is, you know, when the universe is using you as a vessel, this irony, synchronicities, these sorts of things. I can't help but stop laughing about this. This is like, I'm honored, reporting for duty. The ironic part is my authentic self. Oh my gosh. Sitting there having this, I talk to myself a lot, just so you know, having this conversation, and it hit me so hard. Oh my gosh, about 5 minutes after I got off, and I was just like, oh my gosh, I need to go for a walk. Oh my gosh, after ending that live, the most empowering, most amazing realization struck me. It's still striking me. Every time I think of it, there's another piece to this realization. And it goes back, like this journey, this place, this thing that happened yesterday that most people would cringe at, and some of you probably did cringe, that's fine. But this journey got me here, and this happened because of the way it happened, something that started like 2 years ago. 2 years ago. Oh my God. So just like I said in that Insane Live yesterday, there are no mistakes, there are no coincidences, everything happens for a reason, and guess what? In real time, I am seeing exactly that, and I'm sharing it here with you. So what's the realization? Okay, I'll give it to you. So yesterday was my first YouTube live. I'm no stranger to lives. Been doing them a lot. I have hundreds of hours of live video. And so it was a shit show. Really, I can't stop laughing about it. But the realization struck me, oh my God, I had to call Michelle and be like, did you realize this? So that happened at the exact same way that my very first Facebook Live, my very first time ever doing anything live ever, I was scared, so scared. But that one also went horribly. There were more incidences of what is she doing in my first Facebook Live than my first YouTube Live. But the fact that they are so aligned, these firsts that I did, and when I did that first Facebook Live, I didn't take it down. I left it up for everybody else who's afraid to go watch it. Like, hey, you're afraid? You think it's going to not go well? Look at my very first live and then look around you. I still have an empire. Nobody's going to run away from me screaming. I did get a thumbs down. I see you, whoever you are. But nobody went running for the hills. People were giving me messages saying, wow, that was good. And I still felt your energy and the things that you said. I had to watch it twice just to write some of that down. It's really good. So the fact that these synchronicities are happening and this ahas, so this gives me even more confidence. The fact that that happened, instead of putting my head in the sand, it actually gave me more confidence because it happened the same way before and it still blew up in my face. It still exploded and I still have served thousands of people, even though it was a horrible live, even though my external circumstances were what they were. I mean, that first Facebook live, oh my gosh, I can give you the link. It was bad. You could tell I had no idea. If you can hear the kids, they're inside playing. I had no idea what I was doing with the technology. I was live for like 15, 20 seconds without even knowing it. Kids screaming, dog barking, the pool man in the back without a shirt on. Very distracting. It was really bad. So yesterday was a cakewalk compared to that. So I want you all to realize that, yes, that everything happens for a reason, but you have to sit with your authentic self. Because if I was with my inauthentic self, I never would have heard that. I never would have realized that. Even though that truth would always still be there, if you can't see it, it can be smacking you in the face saying, wake up, come on, and you won't even notice. You're not even going to notice. So find your authentic self. And when you do that, ooh, wow. So, all right, that's great. Just authentic self. I'll think about it, I guess. So how do I do that? How do I stay authentic and in flow, even when I fall on my face like that? It's my why. And actually yesterday, was it? Yeah, today's Sunday. Yesterday, Pete Sapper spoke about your why as well. And I have my own take on it. As empaths, one of our superchargers for our superpowers is our why. But many of us hide from our true why because of cultural conditioning, our shadow, our perceived limitations, different visions that everybody else has been putting on us. And so we stay away from that big why. So we create smaller, nicer, more appropriate whys for ourselves so that we can kind of just get through the day sometimes. I'm not going to lie, been there. So after yesterday's debacle, I've decided to start us all off on the right foot here, a different foot than I intended to. I had a whole week of amazing stuff, and I'll still get to that stuff for you guys. But I'm going to start simple with us tomorrow and talking about our whys and help you to really dig in there and find that why that is just like, wow, I can't even say it out loud because I'm going to cry. That's how big my why is. If your why isn't bigger than you, if it doesn't scare you, if it doesn't make you think, who the hell do I think I am? It's not yours. As empaths, we have a different kind of why than the rest of the world. We have a dogma, a dharma that we need to do. So we want to really get into that and think about how we can create flow, momentum, ownership, self-worth, self-love, and self-care around our why so that our why serves us the way that it was meant to. Your why is meant to fill your cup. It's meant to get you through this journey with ease and grace and being effective. Hey, Ellie's here. So I'm going to start that tomorrow at 2 o'clock, same time, same place. Hopefully this worked. I'm going to see if there are any questions or if anybody wants to be like, oh yeah, you're crazy. You're crazy, Jess. Let's see here. Yeah, and I turned my phone off and I got my tech. Okay, still not too bad. A little blurry. Who's here? Heather. Hey, Shoshana. Oh, hi, Amber. Karen. Thanks for being here, guys. Oh, I love you all. Okay, I don't see anything in the chat over here. Still going to figure out that chat thing. But yes, hopefully this was a little bit less of a crazy mess for you all. And I will see you tomorrow. So come ready to find your why. And if you think you have a why, bring it. And yeah, let's honor that why all together. All right, I will see you all tomorrow. All right.